All right, so what are we talking about, JT? So here's what it boils down to. So the TIA 568.3-D actually was just updated. And what that does for us, and again, I'm a big standards guy. I mean, standards are put into place to, kind of keep us on the right path, okay? But sometimes the standards can be challenging. You have to understand that, number one, it has to be take care of the entire industry, okay? So everybody can, for example, participate in the marketplace. All right? But I guess the inadvertent effect of the standards, unfortunately, is sometimes obviously creates confusion. And I brought this up earlier. The big buzz term for years, especially with MPO connectivity and MPO systems, has been plug and play. Okay. Yep. Hey, I need a trunk cable, I need a jumper cable, I need cassette modules. Boom, I'm going to plug this in. Boom. 2 seconds, I can terminate 12 fiber. Everybody is a fiber expert. Okay. I don't need to pay major labor dollars to have installers come in and field terminate this. Number one, they can't get the performance that's required in our networks today. But number two, I can save a heck of a lot of money. Now, myself or my staff can do this and, be called, fiber experts. Right? That's the beauty of it. Okay. But again, here inherently is what the challenge is. Right now, in these particular standards, there's 3 methods referred to as method A, method B, and method C. All right. Each of which have, I think, advantages. Well, I shouldn't say that. Personally, method A. If anybody listening to this podcast hears the term method A, run. You want to stay away from method A. Why do you say that? Because method A kind of goes back to, I think, the old school way of bringing cable into data centers. They basically run a straight path all the way through from end to end, and then they flip it at one particular area. Then the next person comes in, not really sure where the actual signal needs to be, and they start flipping stuff, and you really never have a good system. It's very, I guess, highly labor intensive that you have to keep track of. Besides the fact, you can't just buy a jumper. Whoever you're might be buying it from, you call up vendor A and say, hey, I need an LC cable. They send you an LC cable, you plug it in. May or may not work. Reason being is because, you can take a look at the screen here. You'll see on the duplex connectivity side, you'll see that you need actually 2 different jumpers in order to connect this system into play. But here's what I was referring to earlier. Take a look at the right-hand side. Say we're using a method A system, and all of a sudden this is a duplex system. And, we did our best managing the system all the way, for all these years. And now we have some MPO-based transceivers that are coming in, and I want to run this over my infrastructure. Well, take a look back. So those on the left-hand side, those are what's inside are those cassette modules. That's how the fiber is wired inside of there. So now I have to pull those cassette modules out. I want to utilize that trunking on the backside. But take a look at the positions of not only the MPO, but also the genders of the MPO. You'll see there that on the parallel side, all of a sudden it switches over to male. So even if you're running method A, okay, in order to go over parallel optics, first of all, you're going to be missing the gender, which you absolutely need to connect to MPO connectivity. And then if you're then need to put the gender on the jumper side, which goes you away from the standard, you won't be able to plug that into a transceiver because the pins are very standard inside of your transceiver. So you can see there how that becomes a pretty big challenge. Besides the fact is, again, you're ordering 2 style jumpers, a straight jumper on one side and a flip jumper on the other side. So you have path and gender to be concerned with there.